What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It is Sunday night, August 17th. It is 7:57 p.m. and I am waiting for the S&P 500 and market to open. You all know that I love to watch the S&P 500 open up on Sunday nights because it gives us that understanding of a gap up or a gap down, potentially what will the S&P 500 and the general direction of the market do tomorrow morning, Monday morning at 4 a.m. when it actually starts to launch, including the 9:30 bell. I usually gauge the S&P 500 on Sunday night to see if there's a gap up, then I know usually that a lot of the stocks I typically trade in and out of are going to have some run up in the overnight market or the pre-market. And that's what I'm looking for. Understanding my support and resistance levels and understanding my candlestick patterns, I am watching to see for the gap up. Now, futures are running green right now. So that is a great indication that the market's going to open strong once it does hit the 8 p.m. hour, which is right now in basically a minute and 20 seconds. So I'm on the screen here. I've got my 1 minute. I've got to remember in my Webull account to kind of click back and forth because when it opens, sometimes I usually miss it. I don't want to miss it. I want to get live, even though you won't see this live. I want to get live what's going to happen with the S&P 500. So here we go, as we've got about a minute left before we get there. A few things I want to share with you while we're waiting for the market to open is number one, Intel. Intel potentially is going to have some government backing. They had some great news on Friday and last week. So a lot of people are loading up right now on Intel to get into it. I personally haven't bought a share because I was in Intel a while back. I had a huge position in it and it sort of ended up dropping and I was sat in it for about 6 months. Now, because it was a long-term investment for me, I didn't worry about it. And it did at a certain point get back to a break even and then me take profit on it. But I got out of it and I was done with Intel. Well, now between the news of going to the White House, the news of the old chips being able to be sold to China, the new chip technology here in the United States with the president, and the fact that the government most likely is going to be buying into Intel, it is causing Intel to run. So we are going to see what happens. Okay, we are 1 second away from market open. What are we going to do with the S&P 500? And it is game on. Let's go. It's 8 o'clock. Boom. Wow. Okay, so check this out. How awesome. Now, it may only be a dollar and change, but look at this beautiful abandoned baby up here. Now, here's the thing about this. If it stays and it holds and we start to build across, then that is really, really good, very good news. Look, it just continued to jump up a little bit more. That abandoned baby is no longer an abandoned baby, but now it's growing as a candle. And look, okay, so we've got some good news here. Very excited about it. And you see a little bit of a pullback on it. So we don't really know yet, right? But for me personally, that gap, and you can see that I have this gap here shaded, is a good sign for me. I'm excited about that. So just wanted to share with you a little bit about how my strategy works because I've shared all the rest. And boom, another tick up. Abandoned baby here. It's dropped red, but that's okay because it's still up from where the market closed on Friday. And this is really, really good news. Let's go through and take a look. As I was sharing with you about Intel, I just want to take a look and see. Most likely that has gapped up as well. And sure enough, my gosh, look at this. Look at this monster 1 minute candle at 2001. Wow. I mean, like, I'm going to buy now, right? Because we know Intel is going to run and this is on good news. So very, very exciting. Very, very exciting. But anyway, Intel is a great thing to consider. Do your own due diligence, do your own homework. We'll see how that works. The other one is UNH, United Healthcare. Okay, so a little bit of a gap up and then it completely brought back down and it's down here. UNH opened at 305.42. The response UNH is having right now, United Healthcare, is social media craze, Reddit, Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. Everyone's going crazy about UNH right now. Wait for the pullback. It is going to come back at some point and return back under 300. And when you see that happen and you start to see the consolidation, for me personally, not financial advice, that's when I'm getting back into UNH. And I'm going to actually purchase shares for a longer term hold. I'm going to buy some long term. I'm going to buy some to swing. It's a hefty price point, but if you can make 15, 20, $30 per share, rock and roll. We can put some money in the account, save it for retirement. Make sure you review the list. I'm going to put it up on the screen here. I released in the last video the best day trade stocks, the ones to look at for the next several weeks. Do some homework on them. Those are the ones I have finished my analysis on, and I am going to be considering every day when I get up for where my entries are for stocks that run. That is the list I'm going to be looking at. Anyway, listen, everybody, thank you so much for tuning into this video. I hope this has been somewhat helpful because we got a chance to look at the S&P 500. I hope you have a successful night through the 24-hour market into pre-market that let us open up strong at 9:30. And that's all I hope for you, for me. Let's get rich together. Have a good night. See you tomorrow when the market does open. Josh out. Peace.